Hey y'all, welcome back, M&M Squad. It's your girl Tay, and I'm here with another mukbang video. Why are you pulling on my waist beads? Let go.
Let go.
Yeah, let go.
Let go.
I have a little ankle biter behind me, y'all. He's pulling. I have waist beads on, and he's lifting up my shirt and trying to pull them. Why? I don't know. Okay, so today we're doing Jack in the Box. I've actually been craving these for a couple of days, so I decided to go ahead and get them today. So I've got some egg rolls right here with some sweet and sour sauce. And then I have 2 tacos. I have one right here and that one. I've got me a drink, of course, and some buttermilk ranch because I don't eat their tacos without it. So first things first, you guys definitely make sure you smash that like button. As always, comment down below, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Plus, push that post notification bell so that way anytime I upload a video, you'll be notified. I've got some other impromptu stuff up here, but it's not for me. It's for my baby to keep him occupied. His little popsicle that's melting, and these little tortilla chips. All right, so I'm gonna start somewhere. Trying to eat. My sweet and sour sauce from Jack in the Box. Stop walking and drinking. Talking to my kids. I just got through feeding them lunch. For some reason, children like to migrate with food in their hand.
Mom.
Yes? Y'all go upstairs quietly. Don't have me come upstairs like Mufasa.
Mom.
I am starving. So, I just actually got to doing Uber Eats. It's kind of slow. Only made $18, but y'all know I'm going back out there tonight. So, my taco. All right, so when I said, I want to clarify something real quick. Someone asked a question about me saying I wanted to try new things in my previous mukbang, new foods, and they didn't know what KFC stand for. So KFC was for Kentucky Fried Chicken. I've eaten from Kentucky Fried Chicken before, but that Cheeto sandwich is a new thing that everyone is doing, so I wanted to do it too. Everything is not going to be new on here, but there are some things that's going to be new, and it's not always going to be exotic like me eating some crickets or, you know, something strange like that. It may be just me going to, like, there's this place I want to go to called the Buffalo Spot. Never been there before. They got some buffalo fries, and I want to get them. So, things like that is what I mean by trying new things. You know what I mean? They could be anything. So, today, I wanted to talk about another serious topic. And no, not all of my mukbangs are going to be with serious. Stop pulling on my waist beads. You trying to break them? No. Not all of my mukbangs are going to be with serious topics, but I have to continue my life's work in whatever shape or form that I can, and that is to be, for some people will say to be a blessing to others, but just to open up and provide a platform for people to discuss things that they feel ashamed to discuss, or, you know what I mean, just really don't know how to discuss it for whatever the reason may be. So I wanted to talk about dealing with cancer or cancer survivors in the family. And a lot of these experiences, honestly, are going to be careful things that I have experienced myself. I don't have a PhD or a bachelor's or anything like that. I'm not a psychiatrist. I am a spiritual counselor who does Uber Eats, Instacart, and all that other kind of stuff. So I don't want no one to be like, are you qualified? No, I'm not qualified. This is my own personal experience, and that's what I'm sharing with you guys. So, excuse me, my mother had breast cancer. She got breast cancer, I want to say between 2008, 2009. I had just given birth to my second child when I found out. My daughter was no more than maybe a month or two old. And my mother had to have, I think it's called a mastectomy. She had breast cancer. And she had to have one of her breasts removed. She went through the process of chemo and radiation and everything after that. I had to move in with her, basically to help her, to nurse her back to health after her surgery. She had like these tubes, I don't know what they were called, but they were like these tubes that were hanging from an incision that they had made to help drain the excess fluid after the surgery. So I had to keep dumping those out every day. I know TMI, but I'm gonna try to keep it as not gruesome as possible. Outside of that, like I said, I lived with her. It was hard. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. It was hard initially, moving in with her, because like I said, I had a baby. I had just had a baby, so I got a newborn. We're sleeping on the couch. I have to get up and help her back and forth to the bathroom. On top of that, I'm nursing my child around the clock because she's a newborn, so she's eating every 1 to 3 hours. You know, it was a lot. And then my sister, who was about 12 or 14 right there, she was going through her adolescent phase. She was very confused about herself and finding herself. And so she was rebellious, and I was helping my mom with that. So it was a lot. Then, I want to say maybe 6 months of treatment. Maybe 6 to 8 months of treatment after her surgery, she went into remission. Mind you, we had been doing, I'm sorry, I'm checking on my son because he's on the couch. I don't know if you guys can see that little figure back there. No. But, yeah. She went into remission after about 6 to 8 months of chemo, radiation, and continuous treatment and all this and that and the third. And so that was cool. Hold on, you guys. Sorry, you guys. I had to get him because he was about to rip up a very important book. Sit down. Mommy's still eating. I'm going to try to eat more, you guys, because I'm hungry. I haven't had anything but a bowl of cereal all day. No? Okay. So, like I said, after about 6 to 8 months. And treatment, she went to remission. She was good. Everything was all clear. 2 or 3 years later, it came back. Same side where she had the breast removed. I'm still trying to figure it out, process it in my head. I don't understand how can you have breast cancer on the side where there's no breast. It had metastasized, I think I'm saying that correctly, so quickly and so aggressively that she literally started to deteriorate. She was taking medication on a daily basis. It got to the point where she was making what I call medicine cocktails, where she had the medication that they were giving her, that they had prescribed to help her with the pain, but she was also going and buying over-the-counter drugs to add with it. So she would have like Aleve, or she would get like Tylenol PM. She would get like what the strongest medication that you can get for pain relief from the over-the-counter pharmacies like CVS and Walmart and Walgreens and stuff like that. And then she would add that with her medication, which she said it wouldn't even it would never ever take all of the pain away. It would just make it bearable. On top of that, you know, because I'm a very spiritual person, and she knew that, she went through various rituals and ceremonies and things of that nature. I can't go into detail because that's just the way it works about those ceremonies, but I will say that they gave her more relief, she said, than the Western medical tactics, the medication that they were prescribing her. So it got to a point where me and 2 other members of my spiritual community, literally, when I say literally every day, for her it was like a spa day. For us, it was draining. When we spiritually cleaned her every day, we literally closed ourselves off in her room, had her lay. It's almost like, I want to say the equivalent of performing an exorcism, but it's not. It's not as how do you say it? Maybe that's not the right example, but it's not the same context as that. But she would come home, she would take a bath, get relaxed, lay in her bed, and we would come into her room, and we would literally pray and say a series of incantations over her, calling on the energy of our ancestors and things of that nature, basically to help alleviate her pain in that moment, using various spiritual incense, frankincense and myrrh, you know, all that kind of stuff. That helped her, gave her, I want to say, we did that for a full year. That gave her another year of life. Then the third time it hit, we wasn't so lucky. My mother, what? What happened? Be quiet. What happened? I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, so the third time it came back around, she was absolutely at her wit's end. It was aggressive. It took over her. Chemo radiation wasn't working, and at that point they basically gave us a time limit. So she appointed me as her, I forgot what it's called, but power of attorney or something like that. But basically I was the person that was in charge of making all the medical decisions for her. And she had to sign this and put this into place just on the chance that she was not mentally able to make any decisions for herself. And let me tell you, that day did come. It was very devastating for me. I spent a good 3 months going back and forth to the nursing home where she was, and they were just providing comfort measures, which for those of you who've gone through this, you already know what I mean. Comfort measures is basically where they already know that you're going to, you know, transition eventually, so they just kind of give you medication to keep you calm and relax during your final days. So I was going up there and visiting her regularly, every day, literally every day. I left my kids at home and went to the hospital every day and sat with her and fed her while she was still mentally present. And then when she wasn't mentally present is when it took a toll on me. Not to say that she wasn't going through it, because I know that she was, but I'm just talking about the side of us, the ones that are still here that have to deal with it. And I just recently did a video on grief, so this kind of feeds into that. But she, you guys see how big my arm is. We're about the same size. By the time she finished what she was doing, by the time I want to say 24 hours before she transitioned, how am I trying to say it? Her body basically swelled up on the side where she had the cancer. She went from being my size, which is around, I'll say 180 to 200 pounds, to the right side of her body looking like it could have belonged to a 400 or 500 pound person. There was so much fluid retention. She lost all of her hair. My mother was very young. She wasn't even 50. I think she was like 40, 44, 42. She went from looking young to looking like she was 90 years old. It was the day before Thanksgiving, and I decided to take a break from going up there just to spend time with my kids, because I hadn't been emotionally or physically present for them. So I decided to take a break, and the very next morning I got the phone call that she had passed away. Let me tell you something, cancer is a beast. There is nothing, no book that can prepare you for the loss or the pain that you're going to feel associated with that. But dealing with cancer ain't no joke. Everything that goes into it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say that all the other illnesses or situations or traumatic experiences that people go through, you know what I mean, where they lost a family member to murder or a heart attack and all that is not significant, is not extreme. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just completely dedicating this video to cancer, because I know that from my experience with all the other deaths that I have witnessed and experienced, that this one has been the most traumatizing to me because of everything that was involved. All of the treatments, all of the back and forth to the hospital, you know what I mean? Watching a person deteriorate to being present, to not being present, you know what I mean? This person doesn't know you anyway. You know, it really got to a point, literally, when I tell you guys my mom did not know who I am. She didn't know who I was at all. It's heartbreaking. I'm her oldest child. We look just alike. And she has no idea who I am. She has no idea who she is. She has no idea what's going on. It got to the point where I was getting phone calls, but she was fighting the nurses, snatching out the IVs, giving them a hard time. A lot of times they had to keep her sedated because of that. It's traumatizing for her and for me. I really applaud anybody who has had to endure that type of pain and who has seen the light at the end of the tunnel and who has come out on the other side okay. Because a lot of people don't walk away from these experiences with their mental capacity still intact. I know, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and tell you guys that it was easy for me. I went through it. I completely shut out my kids. It was really hard to stay present for your children and then trying to figure out how now to deal with the world and society without that womb present in which you came from. I know that's not going to make sense to people, but for me, like I said, it was traumatizing. I didn't know what to do. And there was so much more that was involved with that. There was, you know, my sister. At this point, this is years later. She's an adult. She has had a child. She's not taking care of this child. She's out in the streets. You know, the father and the grandmother of that child came to me telling me basically they didn't want to have nothing to do with this child. And this was, I want to say, maybe a couple of days after my mom passed. As you can imagine, I'm still in shock. On top of that, now I'm trying to figure out how to get money together because she didn't have an insurance policy to get her buried or cremated or whatever. So I'm dealing with that. And here y'all come telling me basically you don't want to have nothing to do with this child. I could have been in jail or in a room with padded walls, one or the other. Cancer is a beast. The reason why I wanted to talk about this topic is because, like I said, it was one of the most influential moments of my life that has altered so many realities now that I'm still trying to fix and face. But also, someone commented on my video about grief, explaining that they're going through a similar situation right now. And so, I say to you, you're brave, you're strong. I know it seems hard. I'm not going to say it seems hard, it is hard. And I'm pretty sure you have those days where you feel like giving up. You don't know which way to turn. Just take it one day at a time. That's all you can do. Don't fall into anybody's expectations of how you should be taking the situation. We're all different and we all handle stress differently. So do what you need to do for you, whatever that may be. Go sit somewhere by the beach and have a cup of tea. Take long baths. Find time when you can to take care of you. Is all I'm gonna say, because I didn't do that. And it wasn't intentional. Like I said, I never been through anything like that before. I lost my father, yeah, but the circumstance was different. I was told he was gone. I had my grieving. I was pregnant. You know what I mean? So I couldn't fall too deep into that. I showed up for the funeral. Everything was handled by somebody else. Everything was on me. Everything. So take time for yourself. I'm going to keep saying that. It doesn't matter what's going on. I don't care if you ain't going through anything that's that serious. You still need to take time for yourself. Working like a dog. Because I still have that same bad habit even now. Doing the Uber Eats and Instacart and all that. I will work 14 days straight and won't give myself an off day. It won't take time. And I have to keep telling myself, take time. Go get your nails done. Buy you a Starbucks. Whatever that is. Whatever that is. I was going to put some light in your path. Do it. There's still some more in there, but I want to open this one up. You gonna help me? It would help if you would get off of the breast. That would help. I didn't even get no thumbnail. I was so involved in this topic, I forgot. Oh well, I'll pick the best shot. and use it. I can get this open. Oh my God, I'm having a slow person moment. And my last. Maybe this could be my thumbnail. You want to see that? It's the best. Jack in the box. Can you let go? Thank you. What? Hmm? You done? Go. You just want to be in the mix. All in my video. Want some taco? Well, yeah, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. For those of you who actually made it to the end of this video, I really, truly appreciate all of you guys for rocking with me. And encouraging me. And encouraging each other. If there are any topics that you guys want me to discuss, either Instacart, Uber Eats, or if it's during a mukbang, put it in the description box. Not the description box, in the comment section below. I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed that I do respond. I don't know how easy it's gonna be as my channel grows, but I'm still gonna be responding to y'all because, like I said, I'm a spiritual person, and this is gonna be a part of my life's work. It's not just all fun and games to sit here and joke and, you know what I mean? But it's life. It's about life. You laugh sometimes, you cry sometimes. Sometimes you just want to yell and scream, just get stuff off your chest. It's just about life. And for me, it's about, like I said, being a blessing or creating a platform for those who feel like they're out there facing all these things alone. You're not alone. I don't know you, but I don't have to know you to tell you that you're not alone and that you're going to make it. And I wish I had to have someone do the same thing for me. So I'm going to end on that note, because my son is trying to escape up the stairs by himself, and say, ooh, excuse me, love, light, elevation to y'all. Peace as I take my last bite. I'll see y'all in the next video.